Broadcast tonight, a Shippensburg fraternity is under investigation.
And the men's and women's basketball teams wrap up the 2024 season.
All that and more right now on SUTV News. Good evening and thank you for tuning in to SUTV News. I'm JD Durazio.
And I'm Haley Galaskis. APB is hosting its annual talent show, Ship's Got Talent. All acts will now be welcomed and approved. Auditions will end tomorrow, March 1st at 6 p.m. The event itself will be held at the Loras Center on March 21st, starting at 7 p.m. Please send your audition videos to apbseniorvp@ship.edu. APB is hosting its annual cornhole tournament on March 1st. This leaves one to wonder, just how good are Ship students at cornhole? Let's toss it over to SUTV's Evan Pahusky to find out.
Hello, I'm Evan Pahusky, and today, to get ready for the APB-sponsored Cornhole March Madness event, we're going to see how good Shippensburg students are at cornhole. So, let's find out. Cornhole March Madness takes place March 1st at 8 p.m. in the Cubs NPR room. All slots are currently filled, but you should still show up to support your fellow Shippensburg students. And word on the street is there's going to be free snacks and drinks there, so that's always a reason to attend. I'm Evan Pahusky, and it was an honor.
Ship students are saying goodbye to electric scooters this spring break following a fire at Seavers Hall. Friday night, Seavers was surrounded by fire trucks after a scooter that was located in a student's dorm caught fire. Seavers residents were evacuated and many took to the Cub multi-purpose room to take refuge. On Monday, President Patterson issued an email detailing a timeline of scooter policies. This email described how electric scooters will be banned from being parked indoors effective immediately. Electric scooters are now only allowed to be parked outdoors on bike racks. This will hold true only until spring break. Then students are going to be able to remove their electric recreational vehicles off campus entirely. After March 18th, all electric recreational vehicles are expected to be removed from campus. Any that remain on campus after this day will be confiscated by the Shippensburg University Police Department. Shippensburg University is under heavy surveillance as fraternity hazing increases on campus. The fraternity Theta Xi is on interim suspension and will not be recognized by Shippensburg University. Rumors surfaced on the social messaging app Yik Yak on February 18th. These posts came before an official investigation launched. Megan Silverstrom, the University Director of Communications and Marketing, issued a statement regarding these allegations. She said, quote, "University is aware of the allegations of hazing surrounding Theta Xi, and the Office of Student Conduct and Community Standards is investigating," end quote. As the suspension occurs, Theta Xi can no longer participate in rush events or activities on or off the campus until their investigation is finalized.
Today not only marks the final day of February, but also the end of the month-long celebration of Black History Month. To commemorate the month and create awareness of Black history, Shippensburg University student and videographer Shamir Briggs has been documenting moments, current and past, on his social media to share with others.
We don't hate nobody because of their color. We hate oppression. We hate murder of Black people in our communities. We hate the gross unemployment that exists.
Shamir's Instagram channel is full of videos that highlight an event or figure during each day of the month. The videos include the sounds of African events held on campus, speeches from Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., promotion of Black education, and much more. To watch Shamir's videos, visit Mir Films on Instagram. Coming up after the break, our coverage of the CPAC conference in Washington, D.C.
Stay tuned after this commercial break.
You failing a class or don't know what you're doing? You're in luck. Shippensburg Primary Academic Resource Center is free to all SHIP students. The Student Success Center, also known as the Learning Center, is located on the first floor of Mowry Hall. The center provides a variety of services, including course-based tutoring, writing tutoring, and learning specialists. To schedule an in-person or Zoom appointment, visit the Student Success Center collaborative website, ship.campus.eab.com. I'm Will Nicholson with SUTV.
Are you having a hard time focusing on your work? Why not check out the Ezra Lehman Memorial Library? The library has many resources like the IT desk on the main floor. For computer assistants, see the experts. Need to print in black and white or color? Don't worry, the library offers both options on different floors. You can use the bottom floor for group work and the top floor for when you need silence. Don't forget to stop by Starbucks. Check out library.ship.edu for more information. This is a public service announcement from SUTV.
It is now time to go around the globe and check in with Evan Pahusky, who has this week's world news.
This week led to a story with some out-of-this-world news. Space officials say the Odysseus lunar lander succeeded in its soft landing on the moon Friday, sort of. Intuitive Machines, the company that built the lander, says it appears Odysseus landed sideways. The private company is landing the first American-built vehicle on the moon in more than 5 decades, with the last one ended in 1972. On Tuesday, Intuitive Machines released new photos taken by its Odysseus lunar lander from about 100 feet above the moon's surface. Intuitive initially hoped transmissions would last a week or more, but after the sideways landing, the company said its solar-powered batteries could run out by Tuesday. Intuitive said although data transmissions were still ongoing Tuesday, they didn't expect transmissions to continue for more than another day. Over the last week, many AT&T users suffered a mass outage. With more information, here's SUTV's Jeremy Perna with the report.
The FBI is conducting an investigation as AT&T suffered a massive cell phone outage last Thursday, causing up to 70,000 users to be affected. A majority of the outages took place in major cities such as Houston, Atlanta, and Chicago. The outage started early last Thursday and lasted for nearly 12 hours, as many users struggled to make 911 calls. Satellite companies to AT&T, such as Cricket Wireless, also reported outages of their own. After much speculation and investigation, the cell phone carrier said the outage was mainly due to a process error. However, this outage comes following a notification to the millions of users that there was a data hack in the system in early 2023. The FCC also is conducting an investigation of their own to determine the cause of the outage. The CEO of AT&T mentioned that the company needs to do a better job at preventing mass outages like the one that took place last Thursday, as many customers demand reimbursement. With SUTV News, I'm Jeremy Perna.
On Sunday, February 25th, a U.S. senior airman set himself on fire in front of the Israeli embassy in Washington, D.C. Aaron Bushnell, who was only 25, streamed this outcry live on Twitch because he, quote, no longer would be complicit in genocide, unquote.
This extreme act, known as self-immolation, is mostly done for political or religious reasons, usually as a form of protest. While no one was harmed, Aaron Bushnell succumbed to his life-threatening injuries after he was rushed to the hospital. This past week, SUTV's Adam Bean and Allison Ritchie traveled to Washington, D.C. for the CPAC convention. Here's what they have to say.
As the race for the presidency continues to heat up, so too does the divide between the two parties. And this past weekend, the Republican Party was on full display at the annual Conservative Political Action Conference, also known as CPAC. The three-day conference brought out some of the GOP's most prominent figures like senatorial candidate Kari Lake, Representative Elise Stefanik, and Matt Gaetz, and many more. Of course, however, the star of the weekend was frontrunner and former President Donald Trump, who spoke before the conference's largest crowd on Saturday.
4 years ago, I told you that if crooked Joe Biden got to the White House, our borders would be abolished, our middle class would be decimated, and it would be by bloodshed, chaos, and violent crime. We were right about everything. For that and that alone, Biden and his deranged prosecutors, attorney generals, local district attorneys are trying to take away my liberty. They're trying to take it away. They're trying to steal my liberty. If there's any shred of justice left, they will fail and we will win. And so far, we're doing very nicely. Thank you.
The day of Trump's visit to CPAC fell on the same day as the Republican primary in South Carolina, where he would go on to defeat former Governor Nikki Haley. While Haley may have lost her home state, she is determined to stay in the race, at least until Super Tuesday on March 5th. For SUTV News, I'm Adam Beam.
The fast food juggernaut Wendy's is changing their pricing. SUTV's JD DeRazio has the story.
The price of a Wendy's Frosty could change depending on when you order it. The fast food restaurant announced it will start testing Uber-like surge charging in 2025. Wendy's hasn't released many details, but the change is part of a $20 million investment in digital menu boards. Surge pricing is common with event tickets and ride-hailing apps. If the new price has been implemented worldwide, this would be the first time ever a fast food chain implements surge-like pricing. It's unknown what regions Wendy's will be testing the new pricing at. If implemented, this could be the end for many of the combo deals at Wendy's, such as the 4 for $4. Reporting for SUTV News, I'm JD DeRazio.
As of Tuesday, Wendy's had decided not to go ahead with the price change. I'm Evan Bahusky with World News. Now back to Haley and JD at the desk.
After the break, we will have your 7-day forecast.
And in entertainment, Vice Media is undergoing a significant downsizing. All that and more after these short messages.
Here at Multicultural Student Affairs, we value every student. No matter your race or ethnicity, you are guaranteed a home here. MSA offers many resources: a place to study, a place to meditate, a place to socialize, or a safe place to communicate issues or talk with a faculty member. Come down to Gilbert Hall today and join our family. Our roots run deep. Why not grow together? This is a public service announcement from MSA.
If you're looking for a way to get involved and inform the community, student media is the place to be. With SHIP's award-winning newspaper, The Slate, Emmy-winning television station, SUTV, campus radio station, 88.7 WSYC, and Public Relations Society, PRSSA, no matter what you're interested in, student media has something for you. Visit the second floor of the Cub or Roland Hall for more information. This is a public service message from SUTV.
Well, I'll tell you what, Haley, we finally got some warmer temperatures this week, but that rain just will not go away.
I know. I have been grasping my umbrella for dear life. It's been my best friend this week.
Yeah, the umbrella stock in Shippensburg is definitely going up a little bit, but let's send it over to Abby Hockenberry, who has this week's weather for us.
Thank you, JD and Haley. Happy Leap Day to everyone. At one point, when the Romans were creating the calendar, February was the last month of the year, so that is why Leap Day is in February, in case you're wondering. So that being said, Leap Night has in store for us a low of 33, so it's going to be quite chilly, with winds getting around 10 miles per hour, and then tomorrow we have a high of 50, so we see it rising a little bit. and winds will be 11 miles per hour, but the skies will be partly cloudy. Hopefully that picks up into this weekend. We will see Saturday, it's going to rain, so if you have any plans, that's gonna ruin anything. And into this week, we see the temperatures staying generally around 60 degrees at least, so we'll see that spring heat coming in. It looks like Sunday and Tuesday will be our only days this week that is not going to rain, so periodically throughout the week, we're going to see showers scattered. And Thursday, we see the temperature drop a little bit, and into this weekend, hopefully that clears up this rain. So I guess that little groundhog was right for us having an early spring this year. I'm excited for this warmer weather, but if you have spring allergies like I do, this time of year is not for the weak. I will just say that. That is it with this week's weather. I am Abby Hockenberry, now sending it over to Emily Hall, who has this week's entertainment.
Former talk show host Wendy Williams has been diagnosed with primary aphasia and frontotemporal dementia at age 59. In 2021, Williams left her show to deal with health issues. However, a documentary called Where is Wendy Williams continued to be filmed during her health decline and recently aired February 24th on Lifetime. The two-night docuseries contained 4.5 hours of Williams' outbursts, erratic behavior, memory loss, and alcohol abuse. Producer Mark Ford stated, "This project would have never aired if we couldn't steer it towards the hopeful ending or the ending that we have here, with the family engaging and telling their story." Viewers are having mixed reviews, as some describe the documentary as disturbing, while others found it eye-opening. Netflix's latest live adaptation is here with their version of the beloved Avatar: The Last Airbender. Here with the review is SUTV's Adam Beam.
In a world where the original animated series stands as the pinnacle of television greatness, Netflix's live-action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender falls short of capturing its essence. Despite high production values and some commendable casting choices, the series struggles to live up to its predecessor.
Always remember who you are.
The reason why we love the original Avatar, and part of the reason why it's so unique, is just how much you can accomplish because of animation. The animation allows you to be incredibly precise with every movement and the action of a scene. The original was masterful in visual storytelling, but unfortunately that talent doesn't translate to this latest series. The show has to explain every single little detail to you. Rarely do we have a quiet moment where a character can express their emotions without having to immediately say and express how they're feeling. The condensed storyline of the first season into 8 episodes leads to many pacing issues and a lot of missed narrative opportunities. The pacing is downright awful at times. The original series' first season, though it had some filler here and there, felt like an adventure, one built up over the 20 episodes, so we really felt the journey our characters went on. However, the Netflix series' smaller episode count means that they have to cram a lot of story beats in there, but somehow they miss just about every important one. They also added a lot of nonsense for seemingly no reason.
You have me, Tara, and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
While the technical aspects shine with impressive bending effects and detailed sets, the reliance on green screen sometimes detracts from the immersion. Some actors excel in their roles, particularly Paul Sung-hyung Lee as Uncle Iroh and Daniel Dae Kim as Fire Lord Ozai, while others fail to capture the essence of their characters. The chemistry among the core trio feels forced, and the dialogue often lacks the depth and nuance that the original series had. The show overall just fails to evoke the same level of emotional depth and character development that the original had, with adding elements like Azula's inclusion feeling completely unnecessary and many new or current decisions feeling very underdeveloped. Overall, while Netflix's adaptation may not be a complete failure, it pales in comparison to the masterpiece it seeks to emulate.
Oscars are set to take place on March 10th. In preparation for the big night, SUTV's Evan Pahusky has a preview and some predictions.
With the Academy Awards taking place this Sunday, it's always fun to make predictions who the big winners are going to be. For Best Actor, the two big predictions are Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer and Paul Giamatti for his role in The Holdovers. Murphy was the winner for Best Actor at the Golden Globes, whilst Giamatti won at both the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice Awards. My bet is that the winner will be one of these two. The two have never won Oscars before in their lengthy careers, and this would be the perfect opportunity for either of them to take home an Academy Award for their work. For Best Actress, there's a series of potential candidates that I could see winning. Lily Gladstone has been garnering massive praise for her role in Killers of the Flower Moon. If she were to win, she would be the first Native American actress to both be nominated and receive an Academy Award. Emma Stone, who previously won this award for her role in La La Land, is up for her performance in Poor Things. Both of these actresses won Golden Globes for their respective performances, and whilst the film Maestro is being sidelined by the internet as Oscar bait, Carey Mulligan, who stars alongside Bradley Cooper, has received acclaim for her performance. The Academy has a difficult choice when it comes to selecting the best actress of last year. In my humble opinion, I think Lily Gladstone deserves the win, but truthfully, I would be happy with any of these performances winning. For Best Actor in a Supporting Role, based off the previous award ceremonies this year, I believe that Robert Downey Jr. will take home the Academy Award. Downey Jr. gained notoriety as a pop culture icon from his role as Iron Man, but it was a breath of fresh air to see him focus more on his dramatic acting abilities. His performance as Louis Strauss in Oppenheimer was one of the highlight roles in a film filled with memorable performances. The other nominees for this category all gave great performances in their films, but I think the Academy will go with the popular vote here and give Downey Jr. an Oscar. For Best Actress in a Supporting Role, I bet that Divine Joy Randolph will win this category. Randolph has been praised for her standout role in The Holdovers. She took home both the Golden Globe and the Critics' Choice Award for her performance. I'd say Randolph's biggest opponent in this category would be Emily Blunt. Oppenheimer was one of the most successful movies of last year, and it seems to be popular in the Academy due to its large pool of nominations. It wouldn't surprise me to see Emily Blunt win this category. Blunt was great in Oppenheimer, but I'm going to stick with Divine Joy Randolph on this prediction. For Best Director, I'm predicting Christopher Nolan to win. I just discovered that Nolan has never won an Oscar for directing, and this would be the perfect time to finally give one of the most visionary directors currently working in the film industry the Academy Award. The other directors in this category deserve appreciation as well. Martin Scorsese has continued to evolve his filmmaking well into over 50 years in his career. Yorgos Lanthimos, who previously made films like The Favourite and The Lobster, is again up for nomination from the Academy. If I wasn't predicting Nolan for this category, I would be rooting for Lanthimos to win. For the biggest award of the night, I'd say this is the hardest one to make a prediction on. I'd argue that all 10 of these films are triumphs in visual storytelling and production. Picking the best picture ultimately depends on one's preferences. We saw great comedies like Poor Things, The Holdovers, and American Fiction. Intimate dramas like Past Lives continue to pull on our heartstrings and innovate on traditional means of storytelling. Oppenheimer provided a thoughtful character study of one of the most brilliant and consequential person in world history that kept audiences on their seat for a 3-hour runtime. We have 2 international films in the run this year. Anatomy of a Fall is a heart-wrenching courtroom drama, whilst The Zone of Interest portrayed the banality of evil that haunted audience in its Holocaust period piece. Really, any of these films could win. For the sake of having to choose one, I'd say that Oppenheimer most likely has the best chance at winning Best Picture. But hey, those are just my predictions. I will most definitely be wrong in at least one of these areas, but it's still fun to make predictions on the Oscars. 2023 was one of the best years of cinema in recent memory, and I for one am excited to see how film evolves in the coming years. This is Evan Pahusky, and here's to more years of great movies.
Vice News is preparing to undergo massive layoffs, letting go hundreds of their employees. In addition to mass layoffs, the media company will also no longer be publishing to their news site, Vice.com. Instead, it will focus on creating more content for their social media pages, according to CEO Bryce Dixon. This is not the only recent round of layoffs for Vice News, as many of their shows were discontinued last year. Looking forward, the media outlet will collaborate with other news sources to create and distribute their content. Despite financial troubles, Dixon is, quote, confident that we will overcome any challenges and achieve our shared goals, end quote. I'm Emily Hall with this week's entertainment. Now back to Haley and JD at the desk.
Coming up in sports, baseball is back and spring training is alive and well.
Sports with Jeremy Perna is coming up right after this.
Are you a commuter that feels disconnected? Then stop by the Commuter Lounge in Cub 209 to learn more about opportunities to get involved in Shippensburg. Check out the lounge space to socialize with other commuters with a kitchenette, computers, games, and more. Get involved in the community and meet fellow commuters through the Raider Neighbor program. Never miss a moment at Ship. Learn how to become a part of the commuter community by emailing Bridget Allen at bcallen@ship.edu. This is a public service announcement from SUTV.
Last night, the Raiders took the court one last time this season at Haggis Fieldhouse with both the men's and women's team in action against Shepherd. The women's team tipped off first in what was one of the most impressive wins all season. Treasure George capped off her Raider career with 35 points, a career high for the senior. Alexis Bowie also had an impressive game, posting a double-double and quite a statement on her freshman campaign. Bella Kimienti also capped off her freshman season with double-digit points as well. The men's team took the court next, hoping to snap a 4-game losing streak as they face the Shepherd Rams. Marcus Frank finished his stellar freshman season with 15 points, a team high for the night. The Raiders were shooting well from distance early, but cooled off in the second half. With a few minutes to go, the Raiders were within striking distance, but a couple costly turnovers put the game out of reach. The Raiders will be having a lot of players coming back next season and hope to continue their recent momentum into the following season. SUTV will have action with both basketball teams next winter. Ship baseball and softball had a clean sweep at their home openers this past weekend. Softball started off the weekend with a doubleheader win against Goldie Beacom. Senior Morgan Lindsay and freshman Bree Wilmont each had 2 home runs. Caitlin Martell added an additional home run to the total with one of her own. Baseball had their share of highlights with their doubleheader win against Pitt Johnstown. Senior Gabe Stotler and sophomore Brendan Anderson's pitching efforts only allowed 4 hits and 3 strikeouts. Sophomore JT Weaver led the Raiders in the second game, pitching the first 6 innings with 9 strikeouts and 1 earned run and over 5 hits. Senior Ethan Miller pitched the final 3 innings, tallying his first win of the season. Softball will take on Slippery Rock in a home doubleheader Saturday at 1 p.m. Baseball will host Holy Family University in a doubleheader Friday at noon. This game will be at the Tho Greenout. This afternoon, Shift softball alumni Hannah Marsteller announced her signing with the Serie A, Italy's top softball division. During her time as a Raider, Marsteller was a 3-time PSAC Athlete of the Year, earned 3 NFCA First Team All-American honors, as well as a number of other awards. Marsteller is only the 3rd Raider to play professional softball. For the full news release, visit shipraiders.com. A brand new Major League Baseball season is upon us as all 30 teams migrated down south for spring training. As spring training may be a great time for the starters to warm up before the season, those who make the 53-man roster will also be determined based on their performance. We also see some new faces in unfamiliar attire, in this case Shohei Ohtani, who is geared up in Dodger blue after signing a 10-year, $700 million contract with the ball club this offseason. On the other hand, some new faces are performing surprisingly higher than their standards, such as Texas Rangers rookie Wyatt Langford, who was just drafted this season and looks to potentially help the ball club defend their first ever World Series title. With all the stories and the hype buzzing around spring training, Major League Baseball is bound to have another unforgettable season. Opening day is scheduled for Thursday, March 28th, as all 30 ball clubs will compete for the first time in the 2024 season. NCAA women's volleyball is making a big rule change for the upcoming season and the response has been polarizing from players and fans. For the 2024 season, double contacts will not be allowed as long as it is in one attempt. Double contacts are when a setter attempts to set a ball but fails to get both hands around the ball in a smooth motion. This change will affect the way all setters play across a collegiate level and will make a huge difference in the future of volleyball. This also sparkled a lot of conversation across social media on whether this change is for the best. Many claim that this is going to make setters less valuable and also lower the skill of what makes good setters great. Despite criticism, the NCAA made a statement that included a survey showing that many felt the double contact change would allow for more continuation of the plays. NCAA volleyball will take the court in August with the new rules in place. Tuesday night was championship day at the Rec Center for intramural volleyball, and SUTV was there for the big game. The winning team, Bump City, won the final game of the season in a very close third set that went into sudden death overtime. We caught up with Luke Henry, one of the members of Bump City, to discuss the winning back-to-back championships and the culture of intramural volleyball. Luke is also a member of the Shippensburg soccer team and graduates this spring. Here's what Luke had to say.
What is your favorite part about playing IM?
Definitely the culture of it. I mean, I don't know if you got the footage of this last game, but people that aren't involved at all just are surrounding it, and after every point, it's roaring. I love it.
Yeah, so tell me about that last game. How did you guys come out with a win?
We definitely had to get used to this guy's hitting at the beginning. There's one guy on that team, the only one who could hit it at us. And once we got that figured out, we got it done. But it took a little bit, took a set, but then we had it.
I'm Jeremy Perna for SUTV Sports. Now back to Haley and JD at the desk.
Did you know that this year is a leap year?
We will break it all down after these commercial messages.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
So Haley, today is a very special day for the whole globe. Today is a day that only happens once every 4 years. February 29th, it is leap year, and today is leap day.
Exactly. You know, if we were born on a leap day, we would be 5 today, JD.
I feel so much for people that were born on leap year, because I don't know if you celebrate your birthday the day before or the day after. I never know. And another fun fact, the next time leap day is going to be on SUTV Broadcast. Haley, hear this. It's going to be in the year 2052.
Well, we're going to be long gone by then, unless you slack off.
Yeah, we'll be long gone here on the desk at SUTV, but that's going to do it for tonight's edition of SUTV News. I'm Jay DeRazio.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram and check out our website at sutvnews.org. I'm Haley Galaskis. Thanks for watching.
Good night.